Today, students, we're going to take a look at the Anglo-Saxon and medieval unit activity. And once you click into it, you'll get a screen that's similar to this. This is the teacher's screen because showing a grading summary at the bottom, so let's completely forget about that. But what you're going to do is you're going to click on this here, and while it says download this file, it's actually copying this file. There will be 4 steps in completing this, and I will also talk about the assignment itself. So first, what you're going to do is you're going to click on this link, and once you've clicked on it, it will come up with an item that looks like this. And it will ask you to copy your document. You're going to want to hit make a copy. And I just have these be loaded, and here you will have make a copy, and it'll come up with copy of, and you want to erase that. Okay, and then you want to come down here where it says student name, and you're going to want to put your name. So if your name is Joe Smith, and then you'll save it as that. So you want to make certain who it is. Okay. When you share this, you're going to want to give me the privilege of viewer can edit. Okay. So here we're going to click on, and I'm just going to move these around. Viewer can edit. So when you click share, and then it'll come up with this, and you'll get your shareable link. I can edit, so it's on edit. And here you can either go with Mr. Lukaszewski, and it will be, oh, there's quite a few. And you want to come to I tell you what, just put in L-U-K-A. Well, there's a bunch of them, so I will give you the actual, I'll make certain we have the actual link there. So anyways, you're going to copy the link, and you turn sharing on, and so can edit. Is what you want to do, and then you will copy the link. Okay, so you want to do that. So can edit. Right now I have it in can view because this way others can go ahead and view it. Go ahead and open the document, make certain you have it on your page, do the information it says in there. And then when you come into the assignment, you're going to insert that shareable link in the submission box. So when you get your, go to turn it in, it'll say online submission, and you will put the link in there. Then you'll click submit button, and it will ask you if you accept the submission statement. You'll click that, and then send it on its way. I will receive it and go ahead and grade it. And what I'd like for you to do is about a day or two after you submit it, go back to your user report, that's your grade book, and take a look at it. You'll see the grade that you received, plus you will also see any comments I made about it. In addition, if you go back to your document, from time to time you will see items here, and you may even get contacted. But if I say highlight this here, and you'll have a highlight, I can add a comment. So if you have something that's not working, or something that needs to be repaired or fixed, or something that was really great even, and I do that, I will put this in here. This is great, and I will click on the comment. Okay, so you can see where you're doing well. A few students have stated to me, I want to improve the writing process. Well, this is one way that you can improve that writing process. So come back to this assignment, or go to your user report a day or two after you submit. You'll see different information. So let's take a look at the assignment itself. What am I looking for? So here is the assignment. You're going to choose either Sir Gawain in the Green Knight or the Canterbury Tales. Okay. When you write your essay, follow these guidelines. They're there to help you. And you can also click on Control and then right click to the link, and that will give you more information. Following that, I have your task. This is the first item we want to take a look at. You're going to choose one of these two bulleted items. Okay. Now, in the first one, on Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, what we want you to do is write an analytical essay. So what you're going to do is analyze what you have read and tell me, does it meet the guidelines for medieval romance? Okay, and when we say romance, we're not saying lovey-dovey. What we're talking about is romance, and the romantic periods are basically a reflection of the beliefs of the Romans or the Roman culture. Okay, classic items. They believe in the hero being someone who's strong. And so what you're going to do is, you're going to, in this case, tell me, is there mystery in that story? Is there a supernatural setting? Is there the idealization of chivalry and courtly love? Meaning, they place it up on a pedestal, the thought of being chivalrous and of courtly love. And in courtly love is where a male, typically a knight, will fight for the honor of a woman, and she's typically not married to him. She's typically married to someone else, and it doesn't have a sex or sexual overtone to it. You're doing this for her glory. Okay, it's a way to love a woman from afar, is how it was pointed out in previous years. And then is there something in regards to a character's real identity being masked? And you'll see that in Sir Gawain. So you're going to see if all this is in that particular reading selection. And then you're going to tell me, this is how it comes about. This is how it was shown here. Each one of these thoughts, supernatural setting, chivalry, courtly love, they are their own paragraph, because you're going to tell me how this occurs, usually about 3 to 5 sentences. This, and actually both, are going to be about a 5-paragraph essay. The other item, the Canterbury Tales, here pilgrims are relating on their way to the shrines of the Shrine of Canterbury, and that was made to Thomas Becket. They talk on their road trip. They give these stories, and everyone wants to outdo the next person to them, because whoever tells the best story is going to, win a prize of dinner being purchased for them. Well, anyways, what you have are 2 different tales here, the partner's tale or the nun's priest tale. And basically, they are mocking religion. And at that time, the Catholic religion was the religion in the world. And you have certain guidelines. You have expectations of what priests are supposed to do, and they're not doing it. And even though Luther, a few years later, begins that breakup of the Catholic Church, and then you start getting the Lutheran Church, and then the Church of England or the Anglican Church. This is the first time in literature that there is a mocking of the world power. Religion, the Catholic Church, was a world power back then. There was no one as strong or as powerful as they. So tell me about some of these ways that religion is mocked in these stories. Now, each time you have a point, remember those points have to be in their own paragraphs. You're going to have 5 total tasks. This is the biggest of the 5. The next one is answering this question. How did you decide your sources were credible? It's okay, and I have no problem if you utilize guides like Cliff Notes or Spark Notes. They can bring you some information, but don't rely on them completely. Some websites will actually give you false information. The next item you'll click on is actually this item by George Orwell. He writes a brief essay called Politics in the English Language. And you'll need to click on the link and read that item. Now, do you agree with George Orwell? And do you disagree? Because you're going to have to bring up 1 point of each. And here we go again, 1 point of each. You got 2 points, so that tells you you should have at least 2 paragraphs. Okay? Include reasons why you agree with him and why you disagree with him. And for those that don't know George Orwell, but you might have heard of some of his works, 1984 is his most famous. Now, the second one is he gives examples of bad writing. Okay? Find 2 examples and discuss what you feel about the quality of that writing. Okay, 2 examples, 2 paragraphs, 1 paragraph for each example. Utilize these questions in putting together your answers. You know, do you think his criticism is valid? Okay, or accurate or correct? Tell me why. Okay, support it with information. And then the last text is language changes over time. So he was talking about how language was back then, but that was back then. This is 2017, 2018. We have a completely different way of talking and writing. We still write formally, but it has changed. So state your feelings on this. Is there a need for standards? What's good, writing? What's poor writing? Okay. Once again, give me your response. And if you have more than 1 example, remember, each time you have an example, it's a new paragraph. Now, when you are going through, you need some resources. If you need to see the full texts of either Sir Gawain and the Green Knight or the Canterbury Tales, you can click here. That will take you to it. Any sources that you use, especially from the internet, you need to list them here. Now, I've included a link for an item called Cite This For Me. We've talked about this before. It is also available in the classroom under Classroom Tools or English 12 Tools. Click on this. Whenever you're on a page, you can utilize it. It will put your entire citation together for you. You just have to give them some basic information. Okay. And then how am I going to grade it? I will use the following rubrics. One's for task 1 and one's for task 2 in order to establish that rubric. Okay? If you have questions, let me know. This is the Google Docs, so remember you're going to be sharing it with me, and I will have edit privilege, so I can put notes on the side and show you examples if needed. I try to make them all in the comments section. And once again, this was the unit activity, and my parting words is simple. Utilize these videos that you get in class from time to time, because it's easier to work smarter, not harder.